Some relationships are just confusing, right? Hot and cold. Sometimes he's nice, sometimes he's not. You can never quite figure this guy out. Confusion is actually a strategy. People think that it's a side effect. It's not a side effect at all. Because here's the thing. If you spend your entire relationship trying to figure him out, you're not leaving him because it doesn't make sense, right? You want it to make sense. Human beings want things to be clear and have an answer. And so we stay and we try to think maybe he treats me this way because he doesn't know how to be in a healthy relationship. Maybe his mom was mean to him. Maybe he has trauma. Maybe he needs therapy. Instead of realizing that the confusion is created on purpose so that you're always a little bit confused, second guessing, trying to figure him out, and then you don't leave. My name is Lisa Sonni. I'm a certified relationship coach. I'm an author and speaker. And on my channel, I talk about what abusive men do to keep you hooked. I talk about why women feel so stuck and stay, and I help women exit and rebuild from these toxic and abusive relationships. Hit subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this. This is the thing with confusion, right? It keeps you thinking. It keeps you trying to figure things out. This is why we spend so much time on YouTube and books and podcasts and asking our therapists why these guys do what they do. It's why one of the best-selling books is Why Does He Do That? We replay conversations and we think about it and we think of all the different possibilities. Maybe he's avoidant, not abusive. Maybe it's toxic, not abusive. Maybe it's his mom. Maybe it's his past. Maybe it's his drinking. Maybe it's his boss. But all this time, nothing actually changes. And nothing changes because he doesn't want it to change. One thing we've got to realize is that this whole system that these guys create works for them. Your confusion benefits him. They play this whole, I don't understand why you're so mad. I don't understand what you're all worked up over. And they accuse you and blame shift and they don't take any accountability, right? It's your fault. You're just insecure. That's why you're mad. It's not because he literally cheated on you or because he treats you badly. No, it's you. So we keep trying to make this guy understand why we're mad. Understand why his behavior should be considered abusive. Imagine if he already knew. Like, what would that change for you if you could go, oh my God, he already knows exactly what he's doing. This confusion is a strategy. He needs you to stay, and this is exactly what works. Now, there's a couple of ways that these guys use confusion, and I want to go through some of them. The first one is that he plays dumb, and I've touched on that, right? I don't understand. I don't get it. But do you ever notice that he understands you just enough to argue, to flip it, to get really defensive? But when it comes time to, I don't know, take accountability, he's so confused. How absolutely convenient for him. Playing dumb is one of the best tactics that an abusive man can use because it makes us go, well, if he doesn't understand, then if I can just get him to understand, something will change. Instead of going, he understands already. One of the biggest indicators actually of him absolutely understanding is just even consider, because it's probably not safe to actually do, but consider if you flipped the behavior, if you did to him what he's doing to you, how mad would he be, right? He knows the behavior is bad. He just doesn't care when he's doing it to you because he doesn't care about the impact on you. He probably feels incredibly entitled and justified to treat you this way. Another way that they do it is that they contradict reality. And they do this obviously through gaslighting and manipulation and some of the more kind of cliche abuse tactics. He'll say things like, that's not what happened. And you know what? You're remembering it wrong. My own abuser used to constantly say to me that my memory was off. He would say, it's so weird how you just don't remember things, right? God, your memory is just not that great. To the point where I started questioning if my memory was actually good or bad. Now, some guys will just absolutely deny something happened that absolutely happened, and some are quite a bit more subtle. They'll tell you something different, but not wildly different, just different enough to make you go, maybe I am remembering that wrong. Maybe that did happen a little bit differently. Maybe our perceptions are just off. But then this makes you go through the details, right? You start being like, but this happened on this day, and you get real specific. But do you know what you're not doing? Looking at the pattern of behavior. They drag you into the little details and debate things that don't even matter because then you're not focused on the larger picture. If you were, you'd see the pattern. They can't have that. Another thing they do is that they mix kindness with harm. This is the intermittent reinforcement thing that you're constantly hearing people talk about. So the pattern would look something like, he hurts you, he's nice to you, he hurts you again. He's nice to you, he hurts you again. And it just keeps going. All of these cycles, right? It's a real circle. It just keeps going around and around. And they have calm, cruel, kind, sweet, mean. It all just jumbles together. And then the confusion is in, who is the real him? Is he the nice guy? Is he the mean guy? And we think that he's the nice guy who's doing some bad things. And again, it leads you to be confused because why would someone hurt you? Why would someone who loves you yell at you? Why would someone who says that they respect you cheat on you? It doesn't make any sense. So then you stay confused, but you're not paying attention to his behavior is intentional. This confusion is intentional. When you wonder who's the real him, you're missing the point. He's both. That's what he's trying to show you. That's what keeps you confused. Now, the truth is, he's one, right? He's the bad guy pretending to be good. Because ask yourself this question. It's a bit ridiculous, but seriously, what good person would pretend to be bad? It's a bad person pretending to be good. Why? Because it keeps you, because it controls you, because he feels powerful, because you won't leave him when you're confused. You ever been in an argument with one of these guys, and one of the best ways that they keep you confused is by asking a question when you ask a question? It can almost get even to a little bit of Darvo here, right? But if you say like, why did you do that? He'll respond with, why are you always attacking me? But do you see? Now you're going to be defending yourself instead of getting answers. You're immediately off of why did he do whatever it is that you're mad about. But the truth is, asking why he's doing things is not really helpful because at the end of the day, he's doing it to control you. He's doing it because he can, because it benefits him. When he's asking you questions back, you're inclined to answer. You're also thinking, hey, I'll answer some questions and then you answer some questions. And he's thinking, let me trick her into answering some ridiculous, non-important questions so that I don't actually have to answer any questions. It is deflection. It is him not taking accountability. It's the way that he flips it. So he's going to confuse you with all of these silly ass questions. And then, the semantics, right? I didn't yell. I raised my voice. What's wrong with you? Why are you always misrepresenting me?
I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you the whole truth.
Oh, so what? I have to tell you everything? I have to tell you my every move? What are you, my probation officer? He'll make wording the issue because then you're focused on the exact words and the exact details instead of the pattern. Let's say you're in some kind of argument with him and you're really just trying to like nail down your point. And you're like, no, I remember what happened because this is exactly what you said. We were standing in the kitchen. It was right before dinner and he interrupts you and he was like, no. It was after dinner. See, you don't even remember anything. And possibly he got you on that one detail. Or you're like, no, you were standing there. I remember it exactly. You were standing there and you were drinking a Diet Coke. And he's like, no, it was a Dr. Pepper. Like, come on. They just want to absolutely derail things with details. It's semantics. This is just minimization through precision, right? I want you to make sure that you use the exact right words because if you don't, then I can discredit everything. But then you stay confused and you start thinking, you know what? I have to be hypervigilant and remember every single detail. Otherwise, I can't prove it. But when you're stuck proving something to someone who's committed to you being wrong, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to stay confused and worse, you're going to stay in a relationship like this. I think one of the most telling things is that if he was actually confused, when you explain it, he would then understand it and the behavior would change. But it's not happening that way. I know this is like wildly oversimplified, but it's something I say that resonates with a lot of people. You're speaking English. He is speaking English. He understands words. Do you get that? He understands what is being said. He pretends to not understand so that you stay confused and trying to make him understand. You will never give up as long as you think he's confused. But if you could see this confusion and this little playing dumb strategy as a strategy, I wonder what would shift for you. Why are you staying in something that requires this much explanation? This is not complicated. You're hurting me is very clear. Now he thinks, but I don't understand why I'm hurting you. So then you explain why. You don't have to explain why. At the end of the day, what matters is that you're being hurt. And someone who actually loves you would take the time to just hear that, even if they don't agree. Even on that point, the fact that they think they need to agree that whether or not you're hurt turns into some kind of debate. The fact remains you're hurt. He knows that. And the behavior continues. And you're confused because you're in disbelief that someone who alleges to love you could possibly just continue to hurt you. The alternative to he's confused is he knows exactly what he's doing and he's doing it on purpose. And if he's doing it on purpose, this is abuse and it's just willful on his part. This means that you need to take action and it creates cognitive dissonance. And I get it. The whole thing is so incredibly hard. It seems so easy, right? Just leave. If only leaving an abusive relationship were in fact that easy. Your brain is treating this like a problem to solve. No, this is a pattern that you need to disengage from. Confusion is his strategy, and I want to help you step out of it because the women that I talk to are absolutely exhausted by this disgusting pattern in these relationships. If this video helped you, please hit subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.